The things that motivate me started when I was young. My family raised us to be involved. It was important to vote. Not just important, it was absolutely a necessity. It was an absolute necessity to give back. Um, whether that be local groups, whether that be politics, it was important to do something. So it's in my blood. I join way too many things. It gets, as I get older, it gets crazier. But it's the helping people and doing things for the community, which I guess I believe everybody should do. Um, and many times it seems like it's the same people that do it over and over and over again. But with access, I try to do everything I can. Well, I think it starts with the town that I live in, but it's not just the town, it's the area. It's even the state on some occasions. I guess it's even the country on some occasions. Um, you do try to be active, you do things, you help people, you donate. Um, I go to a lot of meetings where things are discussed. I was active in the chamber, not so much anymore. Um, I think I've had every job in the town of Brooklyn at one point or another. I think I'm probably the only person that was chairman of the school board, chairman of the board of finance, first selectman, and 7 or 8 other things. I volunteered to be registrar of voters, which might have been the dumbest thing I ever did, actually. My wife just shakes her head. It just goes without saying. That's what I do. That's a great question. The challenges that come up all the time, it's important to me to be involved. It's also very important to me that when I am involved, that people listen to me. And through all the jobs that I've had, most of the time that's true. But there's a new wind blowing that it's much easier to be negative than it is to be positive. So it's hard. Even this week, I did something that I thought was helping somebody, and the next thing I know, it's all over social media with me being um, I can't say the words actually. Um, so to me, it's important to do things, but it's also important that those things matter. So you have to do things as well as you can do them, and hopefully you're dealing with people that understand and respect that. Unfortunately, when it happens a lot, just like one of our presidential candidates, people start believing stuff that isn't true, saying what you think's right. You can't stop. You can't. It doesn't do much good to fight because you're not going to change that group of people's mind. You just don't want it to get to be a larger group. So you try to say what's right and you just try to keep doing it. I mean, I'll give you a good example. Brooklyn Cares, uh, which we tried to do years ago and could not get traction. Um, and I think it was we just didn't have the right group of people. Not even sure why, but the right group of people came together. It's been very, very successful, and it's growing, and it's offering things to people that they truly need. It was going to start out as a clothing closet, and now it's a clothing closet and every other kind of thing you can think you might need. Plus, we got the access food truck. Plus, we have our own food pantry, and we're having a hard time keeping enough stuff in that pantry. And that's a great problem to have. People responded. So that's what's really good when that happens. Very proud of our school system. Um, And I've spent a lot of time and a lot of effort to hopefully keep it good and make it better. We've had a pretty good reputation as a local school system to the point where many people moved to town because of the school system. I think we had a superintendent who was there for 40-something years. And she did a great job. It was scary when she left, superintendent who was spectacular and actually made the district better. And she's also very involved with the community cares. And she's retired as a superintendent, but she's still very involved with the community care center. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of being first selectman. We did a lot of things that people don't see. We changed things like phone systems and computer systems. We digitized town records back to the 1700s. We're one of the few towns in the state of Connecticut that's completely digitized. We didn't get a lot of credit for that stuff, but frankly, it's made a huge difference in the way that we operate and the way people can operate with us. We need a new library and a new town hall as well. And one of my goals when I first got elected was to get both of those. The library is problematic because we don't need a library like we grew up with. We don't need 15,000 square feet and 27 million books because people are accessing that stuff differently, whether it's online or through programs that the library offers or books. And we need it badly because we have a tiny library that's very hard to do much of anything. Hard to get people on the same page of what they need. And if you can't do that, you'll never get it approved. What do I give and what do I get from Access? How do I say this? I've been on dozens of boards, dozens. The Access board is very different than most. It's larger than most, number one. I realized after the board meeting we had the other day, we have a lot of new people. That changes the whole dynamic of our meetings because that made me think that the whole Access's board is sort of constantly in a state of evolution. Sometimes it's very functional. Sometimes it's taking a step back and trying to get to the point where it can be very functional. I get the sense from a lot of members that they don't think they do much at all, other than listen to those meetings. I'm trying to bring all people into it. I think that's a great thing. I'm the treasurer, so I've got some responsibilities and something to do. I've got a year and a half left of my 9 years. I've enjoyed it immensely. I hope someday I get to come back. But like most boards, it's the staff that does the work. And we make the staff spend a lot of time to explain it to us. I guess that's good. What do I get out of it? I enjoy it. I think we help. I know we help people. I've seen it, my own family. I think we're very lucky to have a financial person that keeps us on track every step of the way. When I first became treasurer, we had some issues. We were moving money around. We were borrowing from our line of credit. We haven't had to do any of that, and a lot of it's because of Parker and Peter. Together, they make a good team. So I enjoy that. I enjoy everything. I enjoy working with Peter. in the beginning, we had a revolving door of staff. We've got people in positions that I think should be in those positions, and they're doing a good job. Like, it's really cool when I sat at that meeting with DSS and they said, we want to tell you, you don't have any issues. Well, that was huge. That made me feel good. Never mind me. I'm sure, I know everybody else felt ecstatic. So like I said, I think everything's good about access right now.